While the hemp industry celebrated Governor Greg Abbott's veto of Senate Bill 3 this weekend, their focus is shifting toward next month's special session to regulate the industry. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jennifer Sanders.
I'm Daniel Marin. This comes as Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who made banning THC a priority, is not backing down. Capitol reporter Adam Schwager talked to industry leaders about the upcoming special session.
Looks like you're going to be back here in another few weeks, right?
Less than a day after his proposed ban on THC was vetoed by Governor Greg Abbott,
Thank you all for coming.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick indicated a refusal to back down.
I'm not going to legalize marijuana in Texas. And if people want to vote me out of office for that, so be it. Not going to do it.
Since then, Patrick's gotten bolder. In his veto, Abbott cited a ban in Arkansas, which at the time was held up in court. After the court ruled Arkansas can enforce their ban on Tuesday, Patrick reacted by saying, "All we have to do is pass SB 3. However, Abbott reaffirmed his position to regulate rather than prohibit consumable hemp, saying that process begins next month.
I'm watching Texas very closely.
Roger Wolodarski is the founder and CEO of Puffco, a company which makes high-tech products for consuming THC-infused concentrates.
If Texas is able to flip and offer safe access to users, that is a great omen for the future of cannabis in the federal world as well.
At first glance, Wolodarski agrees with many of Abbott's proposed reforms, finding a balance between safety and freedom.
Lab testing, labeling, age-restricted access, the things that we're doing in all of the other states should be rolled out in Texas to make sure it's not getting in the hands of kids and the people who are using it are able to use safe product.
But he does not want to see the state shut down the ability to smoke THC products, a regulation currently found in the state's medical marijuana program.
You can't just eat an edible and then go on with your day. You're going to be affected by it for hours. But if you do inhale something, especially cannabis concentrates, you can get what you need from it, and it goes away within 45 minutes to an hour.
Lawmakers will come back to Austin on July 21st to discuss regulating THC. In Austin, I'm Adam Schwager.
And for some insight on how other states are regulating THC, this week a federal judge ruled that Arkansas officials can begin to enforce a ban on Delta 8 products, treating them like marijuana. The Arkansas ban was passed nearly 2 years ago, but was tied up in litigation. This week's ruling clarifies that Arkansas state law does not get in the way of federal law, which does allow a classification of hemp to be sold at a certain THC level.
If Governor Abbott had signed the THC ban into law, the bill would have banned all consumable hemp products that contain THC here in the state, which would have included vapes, gummies, and drinks. A veto doesn't mean the bill is dead just yet, as the governor listed it among the bills that he wants to discuss during a special session starting on July 21st. We have more about the ban, including what Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who has been a big proponent of the bill, had to say about it at KXAN.com.